Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do, gang? We live. We back. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I'm your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. Y'all know why I'm here, man. Bringing you another edition of my starting five for DraftKings and FanDuel. But before we do that, quick little housekeeping, man. Go on and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. You're in the right place. It's the best kept secret in DFS, man. Turn your notification bells on so you can be here rocking with us when the video drops. And everybody, please do your boy one small favor. Hit that like button for me. It's the least you can do. Hit that like button. Help a small channel grow. Let's get into it. Y'all know we got the lineup review going over yesterday's slate. Hopefully you caught the starting five. Very solid. Few slip ups, man. Let me preface it again. I say it again before we get into the breakdown, man. If the plays have made you some money, or if you just appreciate what we do over here, man, go on and tip your bartender. The Cashapp and the PayPal is in the description of the video, man. Go on and tip your bartender, all right? Let's get into it. Like I said, if you caught that starting five last night, we was on fire across both sites, DraftKings and FanDuel. Definitely was a good night. Got my best lineup pulled up. $12 single entry, of course. We came in 11th place, put up 334, winning 100 over here. If you caught the starting five, you know I went with Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lee, KJ Martin, John Collins, and Joel Embiid. Man, one mistake, Tyrese Halliburton. Oh my God, man. Got to give me more over there, man. How? The Pacers put up 130 points, man. I just knew you had at least a 50 burger for me, Halliburton. Definitely hurt us from cashing. We wouldn't have won it because you had to be on that Luka train last night. My God. If you had some Luka, it made up for a lot of your lineups. When you got one guy that's putting up 100+ points, that's beating 2 and 3 guys on anybody else's lineup, man, it is just rough. Look at the bottom of my lineup. You see these three right here. Luka beat all three of them together, man. It's rough when you ain't on that Luka train. But hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. Very solid. Rest of the starting lineup, Damian Lee, 20% on. He ended up being okay. Had a very rough start. Finished up okay, though, then destroyed. KJ Martin, this was trying to get different right here, 4,500. Once we got that news, Eric Gordon was out. We knew Sochan from the Spurs, however you say it, and Poku was projecting to be like the highest on value play. So I was okay with Sochan. I did not want to do Poku. So he was my pivot away from some of that Poku chalk. Even though it's not quite the same position, he has power forward eligibility as well, like Poku. So I used KJ Martin as a pivot. Got him at 5%. He was okay. 23 fantasy points. Definitely needed a little more from him. The power forward, John Collins, 28%. Just big double from him. 26 and 10. Getting a little run at center, man. That's what greatly benefits him. And definitely gave us a nice return here on our money. At the center spot, man, my boy Joel Embiid. I had the second highest scorer on the slate. Just missed Luka. If I could have found a way to pair him with Luka, we'd have been in there. Now, we right on point. Now, the optimal lineup, the perfect lineup yesterday, the highest scoring lineup you could have built. We had 4 of those plays in Collins and Embiid, Sochan, and Zubac. But we right there, man. We knocking on the door. Got Embiid at a super low on 4% over here. Nobody was on monster double down here against the Washington Wizards. I knew he would destroy him down low. They didn't have a body they could throw at him. 74 fantasy points from Embiid. Gotta love that, especially at 4% on. Definitely would help us move up the leaderboard. At 13% on, we had Jamal Murray, 7,100. Had a nice night for us. Right at 47 fantasy points, man, in a good game against the Sacramento Kings. The other forward spot, Sochan, however you say his name, no disrespect intended. Everybody's chalk at 50%, but at 4,100, he has been seeing 30 minutes. I knew it was a chance that Keldon Johnson could miss too. I just threw him on in there. I didn't want to give him to you in the core because I thought he was a guy you can fade if needed be, but at 4,100, 50% on, man, gave us 38 fantasy points. Definitely a solid outing from the kid. And then my other low on play that moved us up the leaderboard, Zubac, man, at 6% on. The price just fell to 4,600. I just knew that was too cheap for a guy who has double potential every time he steps on the court. Tough matchup against the Raptors, but I wasn't too concerned, like I said, because he was so cheap. All he had to do was get the minutes. And as you can see, he gave us a nice double-double here, 23 and 16 from Ivica Zubac with 47 fantasy points. There you have it, my best lineup on DraftKings. Like I said, came in 11th, won $100 over here, 334. Let's go look at FanDuel and see what we did over there. On FanDuel, one misstep over here as well with CP3, but we just got unlucky here. He only played 24 minutes as they easily handled the Grizzlies, and obviously they wanted to get him some rest, especially since it was the first night of a back-to-back, and they know they was going to still be without Booker. They were going to need Chris Paul tonight, so I could see it now, but didn't see it before the game. You know, hindsight is 20/20, so just got unlucky here. If you caught the starting five over here, it was Chris Paul, was Dante. Did I give Dante DiVincenzo? I can't even remember. But Kenyon Martin, John Collins, and Julius Randle was a starting five over here. Got my boy James Harden. Listen, I told you yesterday on the video, man, you can just play him and Embiid. Everything goes through them two. Until Maxey come back, Harden and Embiid is in play every slate, no matter who they playing. I told you the offense runs through them two guys. I shouldn't have to tell you this no more, man. Harden, I don't know what y'all keep waiting on Harden, but got him at 28% on 60 burger from him. Gotta love it. 3 rebounds shy of a triple-double. Like I said, Chris Paul just got unlucky. Dante DiVincenzo, I take this as well. Just got unlucky as well. 6,100, I think he's 6K, 6,100 over here. I love this price on FanDuel. He gave you 23 fantasy points, and he didn't score a real life point. Them the type of guys I like, guys. That's what I keep telling you about. Guys who contribute, they have more than one way to be successful. I don't think that happens again. He only shot 4 shots, like I said. But 7 assists, 9 boards, a steal. Gave you 23 fantasy points. Didn't kill you, but definitely didn't get us over that hump. But I'm okay going back to it with a guy that can give you success without scoring any real-life points. Shooting guard Quentin Grimes. Just a late pivot. Once I seen Brunson was out, I knew I was already on Randall, as you saw by yesterday's video. But once Brunson was out, I knew Grimes, quickly, all those backcourt guys would be in the play. I went Grimes here because I figured everybody would go quickly, and I didn't want to be that chalky, especially knowing since I played SoCon over here. Got Quentin Grimes at 9% on. Game with the OT. Just a great game, man. Luka deserves a standing ovation. Quentin Grimes, 43 fantasy points. Definitely love that. At the small forward, Michael Porter was on him yesterday as well. Just knew him being back in the starting lineup, seeing 30+ minutes. I told you he can light it up from the outside and give you a few rebound opportunities as well. Got him right at 13%, 44 fantasy points for him. A nice outing by him as well. Then Jeremy Shokan, however you say his name, man. My bad. No disrespect, sir, if you see this video. But 28.5% on. He gave us 40 FanDuel points over here. Kenyon Martin, once again, 36% on. Gave us 21 fantasy points. Then my boy John Collins. Just another one of those plays. What I tell you, he was a little bit more expensive over here on FanDuel. like $900 more expensive. I knew that was going to keep his ownership down, but it didn't change the fact that he was still a great play, and I felt like $6,300 was still a solid price on. He gave us 40 fantasy points, and then of course Julius Randle had the center spot, 8.7% on. I thought he'd be a little more chalkier than that once Brunson got ruled out, but hey, I guess everybody went a different route. I'd take it though. 55 fantasy points from him definitely helped us at the leaderboard. This is the $5 or the $10 signature. I can't remember which one. We came in 26th place over here though. $25, man. $350. Best lineup on FanDuel. So very solid day yesterday. Let's get to today's slate. See if we can't keep those winning ways going. Got a nice 8-gamer. Let's jump into this breakdown. All right. Now at the point guard, I know you see the name. You like this guy? Yes, it's okay. Rock with me though. Rock. I'm gonna get into it. Killian Hayes, 5,600. No, he's not up. The name has zero wow factor. I know it's gonna be a tough play, but here's why, man. I'm just getting a guy who has been very solid, seeing big minutes over the last 5 contests. He's actually averaging like 30 fantasy points over the last 5 contests. You get in a spot, like I said, here against the Orlando Magic, where if you look at the team, the scoring for this Pistons team really comes from the backcourt and the wings. Hayes, Ivy, and Bogdanovich. Now, Stewart and Duran, they kind of defenders, rebounders down there. So the only real shooter for the Detroit Pistons is Bogdan Bogdanovic, Boyan, whichever one it is. No disrespect. Jaden Ivey, his strength is getting to the basket. He's not really an outside shooter. So going against the Orlando Magic with all those trees down there, it's going to be a little tough on him scoring wise. So I think he can defer to Killian Hayes, a guy who we've seen take double-digit three-point attempts before. He can. He has the ability. He's a streaky shooter. He can get hot and find some baskets as well. But I think the scoring really boils down to Hayes and Bogdanovich here, and whatever they can get inside with Stewart. But like I said, there's so many trees down there. They're so huge in the front court. I don't really see no inside scoring happening for Detroit here. Not a whole lot of it. I ain't gonna say any, but not a whole lot of it. So the scoring can be deferred to Hayes and Bogdanovich. So I got an eye on Killian Hayes right here, 5,600. I love the price tag on him. Solid total on this game. I know it's a lot of high totals. This game is like 230 with a 1-point spread, so it's expected to be a competitive game. I like getting a Killian Hayes right here, a guy I think we can get a low ownership. At the shooting guard, I'm looking at DeJounte Murray here, 8,500. Now this is strictly an injury news play. We saw Trae Young lead the game last time out, and they're saying he's hopeful he could play today. I'm hoping he sits out here, man. I think he sits out on the second night of a back-to-back going against these Brooklyn Nets. And if he sits, that's going to unlock DeJounte Murray, 8,500. Going to give him more ball handling responsibilities, more playmaking opportunities, and you can see him touch some of that triple-double upside that he's known for. I'm going to absolutely love DeJounte Murray, especially in this matchup against the Brooklyn Nets if Trae Young happens to be out. Trae Young plays, we'll find a pivot and get somewhere else. But for right now, DeJounte Murray is my guy. At the small forward, I'm going right back to him, Dante DiVincenzo. Listen, I'm telling you, I just told you, he gave you 23, 24 fantasy points without scoring a single point. We probably get him without Klay Thompson here, as he hasn't been playing back-to-backs all year. So that's going to open up a lot of shot opportunities for the likes of Poole, DiVincenzo as well. Give me DiVincenzo at 6,400, provided Klay Thompson is out. He's a very solid play still if Klay is in, but if Klay misses, he's going to be one of my favorite plays at 6,400 because I know he's going to go overlooked, especially since he hasn't turned in a big one. But he has 40-point upside, maybe even 50 if everything breaks right. At the power forward, going right back to T.J. Warren over here. Saw his minutes increase to 28. Last time, I don't see why they wouldn't. I don't see why they would decrease. So I think we can expect him for 28 minutes, maybe even more, depending on how the game goes and how he's playing. But at 4K, we saw it last time. He can give you a nice number. And TJ Warren, if you follow basketball, you know he didn't have some monster fantasy performance. Don't expect that here with Kyrie and KD got to eat over there, but TJ Warren can give you a very solid return. He has 40-point upside at 4K, and you definitely could use that 10X on the 8-game slate. Coming at center spot, I'm going to go right back to John Collins, 5,300. Great matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. You see a little mini game stack here. I really like this game. I'm going to have interest in it, like I said, especially if Trae Young misses. But John Collins, just getting minutes at the center, I think is vital for him. Double-double potential going against this Brooklyn Nets front court who is just horrible at rebounding. I love going back to John Collins at 5,300 right here. Hopefully he can stay out of foul trouble. He did foul out last night. So get that under wraps, but I like getting to John Collins. He's not a historically huge fouler, so don't mind getting back to John Collins at 5,300. There you have it, man. The starting five on DraftKings: Killian Hayes, DeJounte Murray, Dante DiVincenzo, TJ Warren, and John Collins. All right, let's go look at FanDuel and see what we did over there. All right, I see what I'm liking over there. My bad. Hit that like button, man. Let's get to it. At the top, staying with DeJounte Murray, 8,400. Like I said, I'm gonna need that Trae Young news. Hopefully, I get it. They won the earlier games at 7:30, so. All the games pretty much start between 7 and 8, except for 2 of them tonight. I like DeJounte Murray, 8,400. Like I said, I'm gonna love him if Trae Young is out. If Trae Young plays, we going somewhere else. I don't like him when Trae Young plays, but if Trae Young is out, I'd love going to DeJounte Murray. At the shooting guard, I want to look at Tyler Hero, 7,900. Great matchup against the Los Angeles Lakers. We know that defense and team is in shambles. I'm going to like him either way, but if you get him with no Jimmy Butler and no Bam again, he's definitely going to be a high priority for me at 7,900 over here on FanDuel. I'm going to stay away from him on DraftKings. That's too much. That's too expensive. I don't care who out. I don't care who out. That's too expensive on DraftKings. I'm not paying 9K for. I'm not playing above 9K for Tyler Hero. Just not gonna do it. But 7,900 on FanDuel, I love it, especially in this matchup against the Lakers. At the small forward, stand with Dante DiVincenzo, man, 6,100. Like I said, I'm expecting that news that Klay Thompson is out, and that's what's really swinging the pendulum for me. No Klay Thompson, more shots, more usage. You know he fills up the stat sheet for you. Rebounds, assists, steals. I like Dante DiVincenzo at 6,100, especially going against the Utah Jazz, another team who is defense is lacking, shall we say, man. Give me Dante DiVincenzo 6,100. At the power forward, want to look right back at Michael Porter. Now, we're going to have some injury questions over here. He may sit. Jamal Murray may sit. Who knows? Second night of a back-to-back. Both of those guys have been banged up all year. But as long as we get the news that Michael Porter's a full go, I have no problem going right back to him at 5,800. He legit has baby double-double upside. He can get 10 boards in the right scenario, right situation. I like Michael Porter at 5,800 right here. Running back is the same game they played yesterday. And at the center spot, I want to look at Kristaps Porzingis. There could be a matchup problem. Now, it's another piece of injury news we waiting on. Bill could be out. And if Bill is out, that's going to bring Porzingis into play for me and definitely bring my boy Kyle Kuzma into play. You know I like some point forward, some point Kuz with no Bill over there. You know he get a lot more ball handling opportunities. But right now as it sits, we don't know. Like I said, Bill left the game early last night, so we'll see how it goes. I think he sits. That growing hamstrings, man, those are nothing to play with. Those things easily get tweaked. You don't really want a chance. I think he sits, and Porzingis and Kuzma could be very much be in play. Porzingis is just a matchup problem. I hope they start him at center and don't stay with this weird Gafford thing at center, because I really want to take advantage of that mismatch against DeAndre Ayton. If he starts at center, he should abuse Ayton. He's going to pull him out the paint, get him to that three-point line, be able to take him off the dribble. It's a rough matchup for Ayton if he starts at center. So, come on, Washington, man. Start him at center. Bring Gafford back off the bench. But there you have it, man. Your starting five for FanDuel: Kristaps Porzingis, Michael Porter Jr., Dante DiVincenzo, Tyler Hero, and DeJounte Murray, man. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. You know they're going to be in mind. That's going to do it for us here today, man. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.